Hi there, Internet. It's Meg, and I have a question. So, I have Noonan syndrome, and one of the main characteristics of Noonan syndrome is short stature. Not everybody with Noonan syndrome will have short stature, but it's very common with Noonan syndrome. And as a result of having both Noonan syndrome and just short genes in my family, I am quite a bit shorter than average. I am 4 feet 8.5 inches tall, or approximately 142 centimeters, maybe 43. I don't remember, honestly. And so I wanted to know, there's been a number of times throughout my life that I was asked by somebody, a classmate or a stranger, if I was a little person. Now, at the time, I was kind of assuming that they meant someone with dwarfism, because this was a number of years ago that this happened to me pretty frequently, and like shows like Little People Big World were quite popular, and so people would ask me this, and now it's more of just a question I ponder. There was a while ago, I would Google, like, what is a little person? And the answer I found was a person who is under 4 feet 10 inches due to a medical condition. Under this very broad definition, the answer would be yes. But lately, when I try to Google anything kind of related to this, or little people, or like any kind of little people questions, the only thing that comes up is information about dwarfism specifically. Now, Noonan syndrome is technically not a form of dwarfism, and I've also recently learned, thanks to another creator, Aubrey Smalls, that dwarfism as the medical condition doesn't actually specifically have any height requirement. So I'm wondering, can I, as somebody who is quite a bit shorter than average due to a medical condition and a little bit of family genes, but mainly because of the medical condition, can I call myself a little person? I've kind of been, since that definition came up in my search, that like under a certain height due to a medical condition, I've kind of been saying I am a little person, but I am not a little person. You know, like capital L, capital P, TM, little person. I am not that, and I am aware of that because I, again, don't have dwarfism. I have Noonan syndrome, but I am a little person. Am I allowed to use the term little person for myself? Or is that specifically and only for those with dwarfism? But if those with dwarfism don't have a specific height requirement, not everyone with dwarfism would even consider themselves a little person. So I'm just wondering. I don't want to like start any drama here. I'm not trying to like bring any beef to the dwarfism community here. I'm genuinely asking, would I be able to call myself a little person? Or is that specifically and only for people in the dwarfism community? Yeah, I'm just wondering. Or the other kind of thought I had was like, am I, like, is it if I am in some way disabled in my daily life due to my short stature? Is that a thing? I don't know. That's just a thought that came in my head. I don't know. I don't know, because Google hasn't been super helpful in answering that, at least not what I've found in some admittedly quick Google searches. So I'm just wondering, could I consider myself, or call myself, a little person? Or am I just a little person, a person with just generally short stature? I don't know. Any advice or like answers in the comments would be helpful. Thank you.